Take, presented by Freestyle Libre.
The Patriots took down the Texans 28-16 yesterday in a game C.J. Stroud would rather forget. The young quarterback threw 4 interceptions in the first half alone, including a pick 6. Houston was not able to overcome his mistakes, or 3. Drake May touchdowns as the Patriots move on now to championship weekend. So here is C.J. Stroud and head coach DeMeco Ryans after the loss.
No, I look back and I just feel like I let people down, and not happy with that, and it hurts, and I'm not naive to it. I didn't play my best this year, but I'm gonna respond.
No, CJ's our guy. I believe that he could come back out in the second half and flip it. I believe that he could play better, and he did that in the second half. He did play better.
But it resulted in a loss. He played better, a little bit better, not quite over the top, I think, like they wanted. Do you think C.J. Stroud's mistakes are the biggest reason the Patriots are now moving on?
Yes, but you have to understand, when you're evaluating a certain player, it's hard to evaluate what you just didn't have. You are already working at an uphill, battle with a sprained ankle and your knee brace scrubbing, and it's raining and drizzling on the slippery slope. It's just tough. When you have Nico Collins that's out, when you're very limited to, the playmakers that's around you, C.J. Stroud is still a young player that needs help. He had a lot of help from his defense, and even with the turnovers, he still had opportunities to win this football game. These are times or defining moments in careers that you have to say to yourself, going into the offseason, hey, I have to be better here. Now, understand that I have to be better. DeMeco Ryans and that whole organization also has to get talent equipped enough for him to be better, to not necessarily want to do more, but to have the help to do more.
Patriots had 5 takeaways in this game. What do you think? Biggest reason they're moving on? Is it CJ?
Yeah, it is. Wonderful kid. Tremendous talent. I don't know what the hell has happened to him. It's shocking to see what has happened to him. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I believe in the kid. I don't believe for 1 second that the Texans should give up on him or anything like that. I think that such a conversation is ludicrous, but only with this caveat, if CJ believes. Because as awful as the stats were yesterday, I'm going to lean on what Damian Woody said on Get Up earlier this morning when he said he looked defeated early on. He didn't look like himself. He exuded no confidence whatsoever, and I think that that's the thing to be concerned about. Now, I understand that if you played the game like these two cats have, you know exponentially more than people who haven't. But it's important to recognize that some things are just incredibly obvious. You can say 1 + 1 = 2. When you look at the Texans defense, there isn't an offense alive that shouldn't have more confidence in themselves if that's the defense that I got playing with the same uniform. That defense is elite in Houston. And they're going to give you opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. We're looking at C.J. Stroud. 5 interceptions and 5 fumbles, 2 lost in these playoffs in just 2 games. Just 2 games. That's 7 turnovers. 4 interceptions in the first half, 43% completions, a career high 4 interceptions in the first half, 3 sacks, a career worst 28 passer rating. I mean, my God, across the board, it was awful. And you just look at it and you're like, what the hell is going on? What's wrong? What is wrong? Because he's much better than that. That makes no sense. And for him, yesterday, it just hurt me, RC, and I texted RC during the game. Yeah. I was like, it hurt because it was like, damn, he looks defeated. You looking at him, and y'all know this. Come on, y'all watch. You on the other side of the board. You like, look at him. We got him. We got him. You could see that.
That was so sad. RC, you were at the game?
Yeah, first off, that's little bro to me. So
yes.
I say that before I even make my comment.
Mad love for him.
Yeah, so C.J. Stroud is not only the reason the Pats won. C.J. Stroud his play yesterday is the reason that the Houston Texans defense won't get to go on a historic run to the Super Bowl because they're that good.
Right.
This was supposed to be 2000 Baltimore Ravens. This was supposed to be 2002 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This was supposed to be 2013 Seattle Seahawks. C.J. Stroud's interceptions in the first half, 3 of them are egregious. 3 of them are unacceptable. They're things you can't do. We also have to remember you're without Dalton Schultz. You're without Nico Collins. You're without Trent Brown. You're without a running game. So you got to say to yourself, if you're C.J. Stroud, what can I not do? That's turn the football over. I can't be careless with the football. I can't throw an interception that ends up in 6 points directly for Marcus Jones. And all of those things he did, he has to check himself. He has to walk into this offseason and remember, I'm the quarterback that's gotten my team to the playoffs 3 years in a row. I'm the quarterback that's won a playoff game the first 3 years of my career. And the same conversations we're having about C.J. Stroud this week, we should have been having about Justin Herbert last week, who faced this same defense for the New England Patriots, who should be getting talked about much higher and much more than we are because they're the 4th best defense in all of football. This is a self-check for C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud's the quarterback of the future for the Houston Texans. That's not a conversation we need to have.
Right.
But it's how do we value you? Do we value you as one of these guys that gets these contracts that sets the market? Or are we trying to bargain you to get you in the building for a price that we feel like worked for us so we can keep this defense that we feel is the best in the world? That's what yesterday was about, and he needs to be better.
Well, the thing that when you observe the New England Patriots, the first thing that is glaringly obvious is Drake May is playing good football. Up until this point to the playoffs, right? Now, when you get into the playoffs, then you ask yourself, how and why are they winning? They're not winning because of the offense. Let's just be abundantly clear. They're winning because of their defense. Their defense has led all teams in the playoffs with turnovers, with fumble recoveries, and just takeaways all inclusive. So for me, when you start to see, okay, it was the Chargers. Okay, it was the Texans. Now with this matchup coming up this week, it's going to say, okay, does this particular team in Denver, obviously led not by their starting quarterback,
Jared Stidham.
It's given a very, very, you know what I'm saying, resort type, you know, way to the Super Bowl.
But it doesn't. But Cam.
But they're still playing. They're still playing at a high level. But I have to mention, it's like, yo, bro, Justin Herbert.
Cam, it don't matter who you play. Like this defense right now for the New England Patriots is playing at the highest level of any outside of Seattle.
They are.
When you play against Justin Herbert, who is a transcendent talent, he has athletic traits that you have.
For sure.
And you shut him down in the way that you do. You put pressure on him. Milton Williams takes over the game. And now you play against C.J. Stroud, and you know the margin of error is slim because of how good the Houston Texans defense is. And you get an opportunity next week to play against a Jarrett Stidham-led Denver Broncos. This is the New England Patriots doing exactly what you're supposed to do when you play people that don't show up like you.
You're right. In terms of New England, they deserve all the props in the world. That defense is showing up, no doubt about it. But offensively, what do? 13 first downs, 3 for 14 on third downs, averaging 3.9 yards per play. There was nothing to write home about. That doesn't mean they can't be had. If you get serviceable quarterback play, you can beat New England. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to the Super Bowl. But, my God, I mean, between Herbert and Stroud, as again, I believe in the brother. But it's just that you got to look in the mirror, man, and you got to find your confidence again because he looked defeated.
Yeah. Okay, so with the loss for the Texans, they now fall to 0-7 in the divisional round. Patriots are moving on to face, the Jared Stidham-led Broncos.